Hello everybody and welcome to the Essentials Plays Hearts of Iron 4 as the German Reich. Well, we have finished the Spanish Civil War quite fast and now going our way on demanding Slovenia, trying to see if we can annex Yugoslavia in the near future. And the Soviets accept the German-Soviet treaty. Our negotiations with the Soviet Union have been successful. An agreement has been reached where our nations will aid each other in development of new armored units, with a possible extension to other research areas in the future. So there are some other things that we can get research with the Soviet Union from, like here Air Innovations 2, which will, I think the Soviet Union gets German joint air research, so they will get some extra research bonus from that as well. This treaty will be a stepping stone to the future. And with that, we'll look at our armor. Our Panzer 3 is all of a sudden only 188 days away from researching, which is really good. So I think we should go for that. Panzer 3. Let's start researching that immediately. Marco Polo bridge accident. Interesting times. It's bound to happen pretty much every game. So yeah, let's hope that we will be able to get Slovenia, which is that area over here. You can see it, it's located as Slovenia. And we have some units here as well. Let's make them in a division. Let's put them over here. And even though these are completely different kind of troops than what I want, I'm gonna change them. And I'm gonna make them into some SS divisions. We have some motorized available to them, not enough though, but we can produce some more. And yeah, we're gonna make them specialized SS divisions. And I want to have one corps of them available. Eventually we will have some problems in some places with some invasions, and I want them to be the quick response unit that will be going against that. Then we have to choose the branches over here in between mobile infantry and blitzkrieg, and like we discussed before, I want to go for blitzkrieg. We're gonna keep some SS divisions over there on the border. So we're lacking quite a lot of motorized divisions right now, and that's pretty much what I want to focus upon next. We're gonna need quite some motorized divisions for all our support battalions as well. So yeah, more motorized is something we will need. And especially since we now have enough weapons 1 available to us. It might be something we do sooner, actually, than I expected in the first place. Yeah, we have some problems with artillery, mainly. Oh, we can remove these division templates right now as well. We're not using them anymore, and they're just pretty much in our way. Also, well, we can keep the recon and the artillery over there for those units, that's fine. Field Hospital 1 is done. Excellent. Now we have some bonus research to maintenance companies, so let's go with that as well. I'm not sure where we get that from actually. Treaty with the USSR? Does that count as armor technology? I probably should have looked at that a little bit before. Research bonus from National Focus, but it doesn't say which one. I think it may be counted as armor technology. Ugh. Not sure if I should have done that then. Well, we'll at least have 2 of those, so we should have enough still left. Alright, the London surrender. Ah, the London surrender. In yet another triumph for daring and action, Slovenia, soon to be renamed to Carniolia, has been returned to its rightful home in the German Reich. A triumph for Germany. Using the annexation of Austria into the German Reich as the basis for the claim, Germany has now demanded the rightful return of the former Austrian territory of Slovenia from Yugoslavia. In response, the signatories of the Treaty of Versailles have gathered in London to discuss a solution to the Slovenian question. This great peace conference has led to the decision that Yugoslavia should cede Slovenia to Germany in the name of a lasting peace. Considering itself abandoned by the great powers of Europe, Prince Paul's government sees no option but to sign the agreement as presented. Justice. For us, not for them. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to press onwards and go eventually for the fate of Yugoslavia, which will allow us to annex them completely. Or we can let world tension tick down a little bit, because it has been increased a little, and change it by 0.5 per month since January 36. Minimum is 25. I think it is ticking down. We can go for our extra research slot, which is quite still away, but might as well go for it. We can also demand Sudetenland or reassert some eastern claims, but I think let's go with our air innovations and get that extra research slot going. In the meantime, let's check on the United States. They have become 33% in favor of fascism, which is quite strong. Oh, Japan declared war, which of course increases world tension quite a lot. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Maybe we should have gone for annexing Yugoslavia instead then. Well, there's always time for that later. I think that getting that extra research slot is more important right now though. Can modify our government once again. So how is our construction going? We still have quite some construction to do. So I might as well assign a material designer, and I'm gonna focus on infantry equipment, so we can take Mauser. Speaking of infantry equipment, I think we have enough that we can reduce some of the progress on these lines. So I'm gonna put it just on maybe like this. I think this will do fine. So we're producing more support equipment and more artillery maybe as well. Let's do it like this. That should be good. Like this maybe even actually. Because we need less artillery than we need motorized at the moment, so yeah. And of course it is good that we are stockpiling infantry equipment, because we will definitely run into a shortage of it sooner rather than later. Military police is done as well. We don't need logistics companies or signal companies, so we're absolutely fine not researching any of those, but I will research radio because it will come in handy. And there's really no penalty on researching it already. In the meantime, we have 30 divisions down over here already. And I'm gonna switch it up now. I'm gonna start building divisions not for them anymore, but for this side actually. We have quite some strong forts over here, just like France has them on the other side. And therefore we don't really need so much defenses over here. The chances that France will push through are quite limited, so yeah, I'm actually fine with just having a couple divisions there. And these guys should have a general. See, a good general would be probably a level 4, or maybe a winter specialist, a fort attack? No, not really. Just get a level 4 guy for them as well. German military mission to China. Germany has enjoyed good relations with China since the end of the previous Weltkrieg, World War. Despite the loss of our Chinese possessions, a German military mission has been presented in China for a number of years, and Alexander von Falkenhausen has made great progress in reforming parts of the Kuomintang army. This is naturally of some concern to the Japanese, given their present war against China. They are demanding the immediate withdrawal of all German support to the Chinese. And since we're trying to become friends with Japan instead of China, I'm gonna recall von Falkenhausen. And we've completed our focus of air innovation, so let's go for rocketry into extra research slot. So we could support Japan with some brigades, but I don't think that's necessary. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, research time will be reduced by 50% if we research this, but let's not do that because I'm not sure if I want to use that research bonus for that. Instead, let's research some support equipment, because that's certainly something we want to have. But the Panzerkampfwagen 3 is almost done. And that's quite ahead of its time, about a year. But we want, of course, the level 4 tank division if possible as well. Get the Schwerpunkt, spear point, and that's pretty much what we're going to use our tank divisions for. Try to make some encirclements or something like that. And especially in the Russian front, that will be really powerful. In France, it will be useful to push through the Netherlands and Belgium quite fast. I'm happy to see that we have quite a lot of forces here. And let's see. This army, right, we should select everybody that is being produced actually in that army. You're the defensive guys. There it is, Panzerkampfwagen 3. So the Panzer 4 will take 480 days if we start researching it now, because it is 3 years ahead of time. We do have a research bonus to it, and I think I will just go for it. Army innovations will not give a reduction to ahead of time, so yeah, let's just go for it right now and be finished with it in halfway 39, which will still be really ahead of time. And I think soon we will start producing some of those tanks as well. Once we have some more goods available, factories available to us, which will probably be after this. We will go for building military factories. We finished rocketry, so we go for the extra research slot. We can modify a government once again, and this time I will be going with a war industrialist, because we will be start building military factories soon, so we might as well get a war industrialist. And let's start building factories indeed. How's the supply going over here? It looks like supply is fine. There's not that much to spare, but enough that this will work. Of course, we are having not enough build of everything, but that's normal. That's what we expect to have. I'm especially happy that we have some extra support equipment at the moment available to us. And we want to keep some motorized available to us as well, because we will need motorized when we are producing our Panzers. And we could have gone with some lighter tank variants instead of the medium Panzer, but I think having some medium Panzers as a spear point will be really powerful for us. Also, we're producing almost a submarine per month, which is nice. At least we get some submarines going for us as well then. And the research slot is almost done, and I think after that we will just go and try to annex Yugoslavia. It's time that they are part of the German Empire, which will give us some extra factories as well. And we are spending, of course, quite a lot of effort on getting these Panzerkampfwagens, but I think that's gonna be really important for us as well, so it's worth a worthy cause. Let's go with a computing machine, because we're not ahead of time on that anymore. And it's time to start thinking about our industry research as well again. So this is still quite ahead of time, unfortunately, though. So might as well go for some improved infantry equipment first, and later on go for that. Yeah, let's start going our way to annexing Yugoslavia. And first we need to... The hypocritical Western powers preach national self-determination while handing over minorities to be ruled by the Serbs. We are in a position to right that historic wrong and make friends at the same time. For those who wish to side with us in the European order, we can be very, very generous. So let's start with that. Hello United States, how are you doing? 39% is being fascist, and elections in November 40 will probably mean that they will be fascist by that time. Either voluntarily by voting or involuntarily by revolt. We'll see how that goes. Let me see what you are doing right now. Prepare intervention. Yeah, because world tension is high enough, you can start doing that. the spear point is done. Now we're going to go for the Blitzkrieg, which we don't have a bonus for anymore, but we will be able to get some with army innovation later on. And can we see what kind of things you have taken already? Because I'm especially curious about this part of the tree. If he didn't really do these policies yet, that will be good for us, because these will gain right now democratic support because of US influence. And when they're fascist, it will change over to becoming fascist support in those countries. And of course we want to be fascist. We are running out of manpower, so it's time to up our conscription law. And let's do that. And I think it's soon also time that we stop recruiting men for our general army. We can still use a little bit more though. But I'm going to switch them over again from going to the Polish front to just the French defense front. We're going to keep producing the garrison units pretty much the whole time. But this is fine. We don't need that much to conquer Poland and Russia as all. It's all, well, with these two fronts combined, we now have 100 men, and pretty much 120 maybe combined with our Panzers should be enough to take on Russia as well. I'm gonna decide about the fate of Yugoslavia. We will get an event which will allow us to decide it. And spoiler alert, they're gonna be annexed. They're gonna be ours. I want it all. World tension will increase because of that, but it will go down slowly again, and it's already high enough that it doesn't really make that much of a difference to us. So we have available military factories. I'm gonna start producing medium tanks. Just as much of them as we can. This will lead to the problem that we are going to have outdated military medium tanks soon, but I think it's fine. So how many support equipment do we have? Not nearly enough. Motorized neither. Because we're going to add quite a lot of extra brigades to this. We're going to have field hospitals, which need motorized. We're going to have a recon company and a maintenance company. So only the field hospital requires motorized, but the Panzer divisions also require motorized. Speaking of the Panzer divisions, we can update them to medium tanks actually. You can see that all the numbers go up except for max speed, but that's fine. And we're gonna save this template. And you can see we have a shortage of medium tanks right now. Expected. We have a shortage of resources as well, especially tungsten. And we're gonna run in that problem quite a lot for quite some time. So yeah. Because these tanks require tungsten to be produced, and artillery requires tungsten to be produced. So we're gonna run in a shortage of that quite a lot. Beautiful song. France and Britain announced alliance. Calling upon the bonds forged during the Great War, France has requested a formal alliance with Britain, citing unspecified threats against the stability of Europe. Today their request was approved by the British Parliament and France has joined the allies. Well, it happens. We always knew that the Yugoslav state carved out of the Habsburg Empire was an artificial created fate never to last. The ethnic resentment shimmering under the surface is boiled over, and the state is falling apart. We must step in to ratify this decision. We can annex it all, make them a puppet and annex the rest, or make puppets of both Croatia and Yugoslavia. Or we're just gonna go with annexing the complete Yugoslavia. Recent territorial losses have caused fractures within the Yugoslav state, leading to ethnic conflicts and weakening of central authority. Germany has stepped into the growing vacuum and chosen to declare a protectorate on the rump of Yugoslavia. And we need to extend our garrison area because there is some naval area over there as well. And we're going to focus on Greece now a little bit more, specifically going towards the fate of Greece, which will give them an option to surrender to us, or accept our judgment and become part of the Axis. But first we need to talk about some part of Greece before that. With the Yugoslav question solved, it's time to turn our attention to Greece. They too have been unjustly aggrandized by the Allies. It is time to see who our friends really are. Alright, but that's gonna be it for this episode. Next episode we will see some more territorial changes in this area, specifically this country as well. But that's all for the next episode. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.